Hello, welcome. My name is Becca. Today's 15-minute yoga and meditation is going to be all about energizing the spine. All right, let's get started. Okay, we will begin this class reclined. We're going to do some twists. So if you need any props for a twist, I need blocks. My back is not so flexy, so grab those right now. And then recline back. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor. And let's just place our hands real quick on our belly and just catch our breath. So find your inhale, find your exhale. And then immediately bring this breath and bring your attention to the spine. So this little mini class is going to wake up the spine and really energize our backs. I find this to be really helpful in the morning when I'm feeling kind of stiff. Take 2 more breaths here. And then let's hug our knees into the chest. And then find your blocks or whatever props you need. And if you don't need any, that's totally cool too. And we're going to twist over to the left. And then with our knees in and our shins about parallel, arms can come out. We want to keep this shoulder on the mat. So right shoulder stays on the mat. We're twisting just from the middle of the spine. And go as far as you go with that shoulder on the mat. So you'll feel the twist in the middle. And so for me, right about here feels good. I could probably go a little deeper, but we're just getting started, so I'm going to use the blocks and just stay here. Nice, easy beginning stretch just to start twisting and opening into the spine. So we'll take about 5 breaths here. And each time you inhale, imagine you're bringing length and space in between the vertebrae. With each exhale, maybe you release a little deeper into your twist. And then brace yourself with your arms, use your core, pull the knees back into the middle, and then adjust anything you need to get the spine neutral. And then shift your props. Blocks to the other side, and then let the legs fall over to the right. Again, going only as far as you can with your left shoulder on the mat. Twisting from the middle of the spine, letting the legs fully relax here. And let's hold for about 3 more breaths, bringing space into the spine. And after your 3rd full breath, again, bracing yourself with the arms, using that core power to bring the knees back to center, adjust as need be. Oops. And then maybe set your blocks off to the side. And then hug the knees into the chest. And as you hold the knees into the chest, maybe pull them and pulse a little bit, feeling the spine massage into the mat. And then we're working our way to a rock and roll for a full spinal massage. So I find this a little easier if I cross an ankle and then just begin rolling. Nice spine massage, waking up the muscles of the back. Take 3 to 5, however many you feel like you need. Kind of feels really good. This is also fun. Okay, and then once you've had enough, go ahead and roll up to a seat. And then we are doing seated cat-cow. So take whatever seat's comfortable, whether that's Sukhasana, easy seat, or a half lotus. And then you're just gonna grab the knees just like a cat-cow would look like in tabletop. We're just gonna do it in the seat so we don't have anything to worry about, right? The wrists aren't being strained here, so we can just focus on the spine feeling nice and rooted. So with hands on the knees, inhale, pull the chest open, flexing the spine. Exhale, round out, pushing the belly towards the spine. Head drops. Inhale, this is your cow. Exhale to your cat. And keep your sit bones rooted here. It's easy for them to want to rock and sway and kind of come up, but try to stay grounded as you do this so that most of the movement's in the spine. Let's take one more full one. Inhale. Pushing the chest open, shoulders come back, and then exhale, rounding, letting the head fall, belly to the spine, and then come up to a neutral. And now we're working into another twist, right? Twists are really good for the spine. So we're going to do a seated twist. So bring the left hand to the right knee. Right hand just drops right behind the hip. And then pull and push up. Think lengthen the spine, energy through the head, right? The very top of the spine all the way up. And then we're going to twist in the middle here, keeping our nose forward with our sternum. And then hold here for 3 breaths. Each time you inhale, can you lengthen? Chest puffs up a little more. Each time you exhale, can you twist just a little deeper in the middle of the spine? 2 more breaths. And then we come all the way to the other side, releasing, letting the right hand come to the left knee. Left hand comes just behind the left hip. Inhale, we lengthen, and here also staying rounded or rooted with and grounded is what I was trying to say. Rooted and grounded with your sit bones. So keeping both hips on the ground. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting again, keeping the nose, the chin in line with the sternum. 3 full breaths here, lengthening on the inhales, releasing, twisting deeper on the exhales. And releasing, come back to center. Now find your way into a tabletop. We are going to do our traditional cat-cows. So fingers wide, having a wide base, knees under hips. And then inhale, drop the belly, chest comes forward. Exhale, pushing away from the mat, rounding through the back. And there's a lot going on here, but the main function is the spine. So bring all your energy and attention into what the spine is doing. Notice how it feels from the low back to the middle, all the way up in between the shoulder blades as you move through these cat-cows. Inhale, dropping the belly. Exhale, pushing away, rounding through the back. And then option here to barrel roll. So you might want to do some of these cat-cows where you move in a big circle. So as you inhale, still coming down, exhale up, but moving in a big circle. And then switching, make sure you do an even amount on the other side. And you can just continue with regular cat-cows too, if this is a bit much. And then wherever you are, regular cat-cows or those barrel rolls, come to a neutral, and then let's find a thread the needle. So left or right hand's gonna come up to the sky and sweep behind the left wrist. We're landing on the right shoulder and then the side of the head. And then the left hand, now depends on where you wanna go with this. You can creep it out in front of you, or you can put it right here by the head to open further. Keep the hips square, and again, bring your attention to the spine, because you are getting a shoulder stretch here, but I really want you to focus on the twist that we're getting and how this energizes the spine. Hold here for 3 full breaths. And then push away with the left hand, opening up. Right hand comes back up to the sky. Exhale, drop it down. Let's go to the other side. So with the right hand firmly into the mat, inhale, the left hand open. Exhale, left hand sweeps behind the right wrist, coming down onto the left shoulder, right hand supports. So again here, put your energy and your attention into the spine and into this twist. So you may want to keep this hand here so you can twist open a little further, creep the left hand a little further out, or you can bring it forward. Just see what feels good for you today. And then hold here 3 breaths. Really breathing into that length of the spine, breathing into that twist. And then bringing the right hand back by the face, firmly planting it, pushing up and away, opening with the left hand, and then bringing that back down. Now we're going to work to our belly to do a couple of back bends, some Shalabhasana variations. So first let's find a plank. And then also just be aware here in this plank, as we hold it for just a few seconds, that our core strength is super important to supporting this entire spine area. So think about that as you hold here, because it's easy to dump or to want to hold higher and put the weight and strength into our arms. But if we have a flat plank here, the strength is coming from our core and our back. Okay, that's enough, yes. So you can drop to your knees, or you can, from a regular plank, chaturanga all the way down to your belly. And then once here, we're gonna keep the hands underneath the shoulders and do 3 baby cobras. So from here, pushing into the tops of the feet, inhale, lift with the back muscles, long neck, baby cobra. And then exhale, release it back down. 2 more. Inhale, peeling just the front of the chest up, elbows squeeze in, shoulders draw back, and then exhale, release. Last one, inhale, really using the back muscles, energizing the spine, right? Can you lift the hands slightly? Okay, let them release back down, and then let the chin fall back down. Okay, coming into our Shalabhasana variations, let the chin rest, tops of the feet are on the mat, toes are together, hands come behind you, palms facing up. So for our first variation, we're going to lift everything up, hands and feet, keeping the toes together. Again, energizing the spine and the back muscles. And on 3, let's lift everything. 1, 2, 3. Lift up, arms reach back for a long stretch. Legs reach up, squeezing the thighs and feet together. Long neck, hold here. 3, 2, 1. Release everything down. Now the arms come out to the side, palms facing down, so we're in a T. Same thing, but now we're lifting the arms to the side. Squeezing the toes together. On an inhale, everything lifts. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Lift up, arms to the side, toes touch behind you. Everything's energized. Think of energy shooting from the top of the head and the bottoms of the toes. Long, energetic spine. I'm talking to distract you. Okay, release it down. Take a breath. And then one more option, the Superman, okay? So arms out in front of you, palms face down. Same thing with the feet, legs together. So this one's gonna be interesting, right? Probably not gonna go too far off the ground, but it doesn't matter. We're energizing the spine and the back muscles. So on an inhale, lift everything, toes squeeze together, legs squeeze together, arms come up. Hold here. Think of engaging the back muscles. Think of everything lifting. Again, think of that energy shooting out of the top of the head, going all the way down the spine, coming out of the feet. And exhale, release everything down. Elbows come wide. Alligator, drop your forehead. Take a rest. And then while you rest, just take a moment to really observe how the back's feeling. Notice if you're feeling energized. couple more breaths here. And then let's find the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes. Let's push back and find a little child's pose. So if you've noticed, when we're doing spine work, we want to energize both ways, right? We want to fold, we want to back bend, we want to twist. So we kind of want to get all directions. We just did a lot of back bending. So we'll just take a little rest here. So knees are wide, toes come together, arms are stretched out, creating lots of space in the whole chest cavity area, letting it sink into the earth. And then let's take one more movement of the spine, which would be a lateral or like side bend. So we're going to just bring our forehead up, come up to our tippy fingertips, and then just crawl over to the right, stretching out the left side body and bending the spine over towards the right. If you were standing, this would look like a crescent lunge, or if you were reclined, it would look like banana. Same kind of movement. Hold here for about 3 breaths. And after 3 full breaths for you, forehead comes up, and let's crawl back to the middle, maybe pause just to observe the balance of the body and how that feels, and then creep your way all the way over to the left. Forehead relaxes down, working into that side body stretch on the right side, holding here 3 full breaths. And then lift the forehead, let the hands come back into the middle. Stretch for one more child's pose. And then ultimately find your way to a seat for meditation. Once you've arrived in your seat, something that's comfortable where you can remain for about 5 minutes, go ahead and drop the eyes closed. Hands rest on the knees. And again, let's bring our attention to the spine. So I think that one of the most energizing things that we can do in this modern day technological world is just sit on the ground and sit up straight. This is very energizing if you sit all day. Even if you stand all day, our legs do a lot of the work. So if you can sit unsupported on the floor in meditation, you'll find the back muscles, the spine working quite quickly. So just take a moment to observe with this tall spine that's just been energized and worked. Notice how it feels to just sit up straight, supporting yourself. As you continue to sit and bring your attention to the spine and the energy that surrounds it. Imagine that there's energy shooting out, like I said throughout the class, shooting out the top of the head and then coming out to each limb. So the spine is our core, right? Our structure, it holds everything together and it encases everything here in the torso. All of our organs, all this energy is happening here. So just imagine this energy that you've just created enlivening you and brightening you up and energizing you for the rest of your day. Whether this energy has a color or a feeling, maybe a sound, maybe you just sit here with your breath and become aware of your spine and that energy created, but just envelop yourself in that for the next couple of minutes as we meditate, and then I'll bring you out when it's time to close the practice together. Begin to bring your awareness back into this moment. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Take a second to bring your attention to the spine. Is it still energized? Is it still lifting you? Did you sink a little? Typical, right, in meditation. So just be aware of that. No judgment. I hope you enjoyed this class today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you feel a little more energized. I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hey, me, Becca again. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are returning, I appreciate you returning. If you're new, I hope you'll come back. Please subscribe. And then if there's anything that I can help you with, if you have any questions or classes that you'd like to see, go ahead and hit me up in the comments or Instagram, Facebook, you know, wherever. So talk to you soon and see you next time. I'm going to keep that in. I'm weird, y'all.